Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. We begin from the presidency, where President Bola Tinubu says the security and welfare of every Nigerian remains the sacred priorities of his government. Tinubu stated this in Lokoja at the 10th Memorial Anniversary celebration of the former governor of Kogi State, late Prince Abubakar Audu. Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, said the administration had taken various steps to deliver on the priorities. Away from the presidency, Medical and Dental Practitioners Investigations Panel has filed a notice of appeal at the Court of Appeal Abuja Division, challenging an FCT High Court judgment which set aside the interim suspension of the Lagos-based Dr. Ferdinand Ejike Orji. The panel had referred Orji to the Medical and Dental Practitioners Disciplinary Tribunal to determine whether or not he was fit to practice following his conviction by the Lagos State High Court for criminal negligence arising from his practice. The appeal stems from a suit in which panel chair and the panel's applicant and Orji, the respondent. And now over to Imo State, where the government says it is taking steps to attract more investors to improve the economy of the state. One of such steps involves proper land administration, which is key to industrialization. Governor Hope Uzodinma makes this known while commissioning a new digital platform that improves transparency in land management. Global Television correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
The drive to rebuild investors' confidence in Imo State takes another step forward with the launch of the Imo Land Information Service Center, a digital platform that allows anyone to remotely verify the status of land across the state. Governor Hope Uzodinma says the system marks the end of years of land-related fraud, multiple sales, and what he called land grabbing, assuring residents and investors that the era of uncertainty is over.
Today, with due humility, marks the end of an ugly era, the era of corruption in a non-existent land administration system, the era of land grabbing, the era of stealing land because you think it belongs to nobody.
Governor Uzodinma adds that the new platform forms part of broader reforms aimed at making Imo State a more reliable destination for private investment, noting that credible land documentation remains a key concern for businesses and developers.
With the deployment of this system today, I have no doubt in my mind that our internally generated revenue will almost double, if not triple. And we will have more money to work for Imo people.
The Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Chimezie Amadi, says the project aligns with the government's digital reform agenda and aims to modernize governance, improve transparency, and strengthen public trust.
In alignment with His Excellency's vision, Your Excellency, this event demonstrates your unwavering commitment to modernize land administration, promoting transparency, and delivering faster and citizen.
With land administration now digitalized, the state government believes the new system speeds up transactions, reduces disputes, and opens more opportunities for economic growth. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
Let's now head to the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives has held a major public hearing on proposed amendments to the Nigerian's anti-corruption laws, including the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act, as well as the ICPC Act. The bills seek to modernize assets declaration rules, strengthen oversight institutions, and address provisions which lawmakers describe as outdated or right-infringing. National Assembly correspondent Aniete Patrick has the details.
Inside the National Assembly, lawmakers, civil society groups, and anti-corruption agencies converged for a joint public hearing aimed at reviewing 3 amendment bills central to Nigeria's integrity framework. Top on the list was the move to overhaul the Code of Conduct Act, particularly provisions affecting asset declaration, age requirements for leadership positions, and the operational structure of anti-corruption bodies. A major point of debate came from concerns that the current asset declaration law compels public officers to declare the assets of their spouses, something critics argue is unrealistic, intrusive, and inconsistent with cultural realities and constitutional rights.
Anybody that is appointed by the president also has to go through clearance and approval by the National Assembly. So there are enough provisions to ensure that age should not be a barrier.
Another contentious clause is the section that seeks to deny convicted persons under the Act the presidential prerogative of mercy and exclusion. Lawmakers say contradicts the Constitution.
This is based on the assumption the drafter of this act and in this particular section is basing it on the assumption that a spouse, be male or female, has a full knowledge and full information, correct information about the assets of his or her spouse.
There was also strong advocacy for updating the asset declaration form itself to include liabilities, improving the evaluation process, and integrating professional bodies with technical expertise.
This bill is aimed to amend the Act, a necessary and timely response aimed at addressing identified gaps and weaknesses.
Lawmakers emphasized that the amendments are necessary to reflect modern governance standards, technological advancements, and Nigeria's evolving legal landscape. The committee assured stakeholders that all submissions will feed into a strengthened anti-corruption architecture. From the National Assembly, Anie T. Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has ordered all construction companies operating on the road across the country to ensure adequate placement of road signs at all construction sites. The Corps announced this in a statement by the Corps' spokesperson, Assistant Corps Marshal Olusegun Ogunmide, stating that the directive issued by the Corps Marshal Mohammed Shehu was to ensure the safety of the motoring public around the construction sites. And now to weather matters, where the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET has predicted sunshine and haziness from Monday to Wednesday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja envisaged sunny skies over the entire northern region throughout the forecast period on Monday. It envisaged sunny skies with patches of cloud over the entire central region. And now to Kano State, where the government has dismissed widespread rumors suggesting an impending security crisis in the state, insisting that Kano State remains calm, stable, and secure. A statement issued by the Director General, Media and Publicity, Sanusi Dawakin-Tofa, says the government noted that no credible intelligence indicates any imminent threat to public peace. The clarification followed a State Security Council meeting held and attended by all service chiefs, where Governor Abba Yusuf received a detailed briefing on current security operations across the state. You're watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, National Conservation Foundation partners unveil initiative to combat deforestation. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back from that break, and if you're just tuning in, this is the live broadcast of the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. And now to business news, where the Nigerian Conservative Foundation, Natural Eco Capital, and Businesses for Nature have launched a new partnership to combat Nigeria's alarming deforestation rate and promote natural positive development. Speaking at the Business Advisory Group inauguration workshop in Abuja, Deputy Director of Forestry, Federal Ministry of Environment, Chris Ewuyu, said Nigeria's commitment to achieving a nature-positive future is deeply rooted in our national vision for sustainable development. The Nigerian Conservation Foundation stated that only about 4% of Nigeria's original forest covers remain, and the country loses approximately 400,000 hectares of forest annually due to logging, agriculture, and urban expansion. Still talking business, the Dangote Group and the government of Kano State are strengthening relationship to foster business activities and social programs in the state. Now, this comes as participants stream into the company's pavilion at the 46th edition of the Kano International Trade Fair, eager to explore the array of innovation and product on display. Kano State Commissioner for Investment and Commerce, Shehu Sagagi, in a statement from the Dangote Group on Sunday, told newsmen at the fair that the state was strengthening existing partnership with the Dangote Group and exploring new options. And now to news making rounds on the foreign scene. A man wanted by the United States on accusation of trafficking large amounts of fentanyl and cocaine was killed on Sunday by Mexican military personnel during an anti-drug operation. Pedro Inuza Coronel, alias Pichon, died during the operation in the northwest state of Sonora. Omar Garcia Hafuch, Mexico's security secretary, confirmed Coronel's death on social media. And now to sport, where former champions Eyimba United have returned to winning ways in the Nigeria Premier Football League thanks to a 2-1 win over Rangers International in an Oriental derby at the Aba Township Stadium. Without a win in their previous 3 matches, Eyimba began life without coach Stanley Egoma, with a resolve to turn their fortunes around against the 7 times champions. Chidera Michael opened the scoring for the host 42 minutes into the game, and Stanley Dingba doubled the advantage in the 81st minute before Rangers pulled one back in stoppage time. Still talking sports, the 2025 High Game Girls Championship has kicked off in Abuja with renewed promise for the girl child, as founder and sole sponsor Dr. Pat Ajuma unveils plan to expand the fast-growing grassroots tournament nationwide. Our correspondent Annie Patrick reports on a remarkable opening that blends opportunity, ambition, and rising talent.
At the Area 3 Sports Complex in Abuja, the atmosphere was electric as 16 teams marched onto the pitch, each one representing a dream, a hope, and a chance at discovery. The 2025 High Game Girls Championship, running from November 29 to December 6, has become one of Nigeria's most credible talent pipelines for young female footballers. And once again, founder and sponsor Dr. Pat Ajuma Ayegba is carrying the full financial burden: free jerseys, bibs, balls, logistics, and registration for every team.
I have seen firsthand this football is not just an exciting game. It's something that the girl child can easily use to get their mind off crime, off a lot of abuse and unfair treatment.
Originally as FCT-only event, the championship now covers the entire North Central region, and with growing interest from across the country, Ayegba confirms her game will go nationwide by 2026. Beyond funding and structure, the tournament has already produced tangible results. Last year's most valued player, Queen Joseph, returned as a mentor, fresh from finishing as Nigeria's top scorer at the Morocco 2025 Under-17 Women's World Cup. And on the pitch, the defending champions Fosler Academy opened their title defense with a narrow 2-1 win over Hovel Prime. Generation Next dominated the day with a 5-0 victory over Emirates Queens, while SIK Paragon and Beat Ladies also secured the wins.
A huge applause to the organizer of this tournament, because through this a lot of girls have been motivated.
Organizing committee co-head Moses Bako described the championship as one of Nigeria's most transparent and impactful youth tournaments, with 16 teams competing for only 8 quarter-final slots. Match Day 2 promises even fiercer action, from Emirates Queens seeking redemption to Fosla Academy returning for back-to-back battles. Anie T. Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
And that's it on the Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using our Global TV engine. I am Mukhtar Kasim, saying a very big thank you for watching.